The land was dry, no rain, no crops, no hope. Drought had scorched everything. People were starving, and in the middle of it all, God sends his prophet Elijah, not to a wealthy man or a royal family, but to a widow, a poor, desperate widow in Zarephath. It doesn't make sense. Widows in those days were the most vulnerable. No husband, no resources, no future, and this wasn't just any widow. She lived in Zarephath, a city soaked in idol worship, deep in Baal's territory. If you were looking for a miracle, this would be the last place you'd go. But God doesn't work like we do. His plans rarely follow human logic. Elijah obeys. He travels to Zarephath, and there, at the edge of town, he sees her, gathering sticks. No entourage, no abundance, just a woman collecting kindling to prepare for what she believes is her final meal. He asks her for a drink. Then he adds, "Bring me a piece of bread, too." She stops, turns, and says the words that carry the weight of sorrow. "As surely as the Lord your God lives, I don't have any bread. Just a handful of flour in a jar, a little oil in a jug. I'm gathering a few sticks to make a meal for myself and my son, that we may eat it and die." This is where she is, not running low, empty, broken, ready to die. But Elijah speaks, calm, confident, bold. "Don't be afraid. Go home and do what you said. But first, make me a small loaf of bread from what you have and bring it to me. Then make some for yourself and your son." And then the promise. "For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says, the jar of flour will not be used up. The jug of oil will not run dry, not until the Lord sends rain on the land." Can you imagine what she felt in that moment? Standing at the edge of nothing, being asked to trust God with the last little bit she had? That wasn't just generosity. It was faith. Raw, radical faith. And she obeyed. She made the bread, gave it to Elijah, then turned to feed her son and herself, and the miracle began. The jar wasn't empty. The jug didn't run dry. The next day, still enough. The day after, still enough. Day by day, meal by meal, God sustained them in the middle of a famine. What looked like certain death turned into supernatural provision, but that's not the only time God multiplied the little that remained. In 2 Kings 4, there's another widow. Her husband is gone, her debt is drowning her, and now the creditors are coming to take her 2 sons as slaves. She's terrified, helpless, broken. She runs to Elisha and cries out. All she has left is a small jar of oil. That's it. And Elisha gives her strange instructions. Go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few. Then go inside, shut the door behind you and your sons, and start pouring. Just pour. So she does, and the oil keeps flowing. 1 jar, 2 jars, 10 jars filled to the brim. She pours until every jar is full, and only then the oil stops. She sells the oil, pays her debt, and has enough left over to live on. 2 widows, 2 hopeless situations, 1 unstoppable God. In both stories, it wasn't abundance that brought the miracle. It was obedience. It was faith. It was surrendering the little they had and trusting that God could do more with it than they ever could. This is the pattern. God doesn't wait until you have plenty. He moves when you trust Him with your little. He multiplies the last handful, the final drop, the empty jar, when you give it in faith. So maybe right now you're looking at your life and thinking, this isn't enough. Maybe your resources feel empty. Your hope feels gone. But God is not limited by what you see. He's not intimidated by droughts, debts, or desperation. He's just waiting for you to trust Him with what's left, not when you have plenty. So here's the question. Will you put God first, even when it feels like you've got nothing left? Because if you do, you might just find your jar never runs dry. Thank you for watching. If this story encouraged you, leave a comment with "God is my provider." Share this message with someone facing a tough season, and feel free to follow our page for more powerful Bible stories. God bless you. Amen.